From beyond the rift comes a force of unrelenting power, twisting the world to his will. Steel your courage, champions. Acheron, the Demon King, descends upon the battlefield.
What is this? What the
Acheron
hell
is an unholy
this?
predator who thrives in the heart of battle, sustaining through every strike as his hunger grows. He bends the fight to his will, dominating all within his reach before consuming his foes to fuel his rise to unstoppable power.
That is wild.
Acheron's passive ability is packed of...
That is absolutely wild. We got a brand new character trailer, so you know what that means. Guess what time it is, Excalibur?
Attendance at the 5-hour storytelling party is absolutely mandatory.
It's patch notes time again, so let's go ahead and get into it. It's your boy, Trash Bro, good go. Alright, so this time we're going to be taking a very different approach to the patch notes. We're still going to have, you know, a little goofy, dumb-witted, stupid stuff, but, you know, we're going to go ahead and take it a little bit more seriously. So, this is going to be dropping on September 2nd, and we're going to be getting a brand new hero, as well as a lot of changes that I have saw. That I was looking at, read over just a little bit so I could grasp what we're going to go ahead and talk about. But this is crazy. This guy, oh man, I don't know if you saw him.
My power is greater still.
But that guy looks like a big old dumbass demon spider. That is crazy, and I like it, but not really. It's not my guy, but man, I can understand why they went that route, because one of the comments I read in that little video said, imagine him coming out the jungle at you. Oh, bro, that'd probably be way scarier than Boris or Chimera, because that guy looks like, what? Acheron the Demon King. Kind of cool, but like I said, not my guy. Pretty decent stats, looking like for jungle or off lane, just depending on what you want to do. And his abilities are kind of like stacks as well, like, you know, Rena has her stacks. However, his seems to fall off. But you can go ahead and, you know, build them up. They have augments as well. I don't know if you guys watched the hero video. I think you guys should, because it explains it a lot better than I can. But, and all the information's right here too. But pretty much it's just like, you know, he gets stronger as you fight. And the more he gets stronger, the more he does and everything like that. He has his mode, comes out, pop, boom, burst, dead. You know, so definitely a burster rather than sustained and pushing through. Just depending on how you actually build them, because they said, you know, you could build them magical, you could build them physical, you know, kind of just if and what you want to do. It just depends. Basic attack of flay, you know, basic attacks. That's how they work. Although I am a fan of basic attacks, so if I can get any type of damage bonus from the basic attack, might as well, you know, put something on there, on hit, all that good stuff, because, you know, it's your most used move. Just saying. Hellfire. Acheron rears back, opens up his maw, and launches a Demon's Eye forward. So that thing that's in his little stomach, that comes out, which is kind of just like, okay.
Ever the model of restraint.
I feel like he wouldn't be able to move or anything, but he is like a demon, and you know, it's just when he awakened, you know, the number of fireballs that come out is increased and everything. It's kind of cool. His awakening is like I said, that burst, which I could see is scary, and I could definitely see them having him be busted for a little bit when he comes out. Just like Rena was, just like Ure was, just like Boris was, just like Skylar was. Everybody was busted when they first came out. So that's what you could definitely expect from this guy. The Web Lash is kind of cool, because you can swing like Spider-Man and all that stuff. That is something that makes him definitely interesting to play, but just depending on how they abuse him. Fools! And how they build with him, I could definitely see nobody really getting a chance to play with him, because in ranked, they're gonna ban him. You got the Crushing Maul, which is the alternate move, which is, you know, heal, cooldown, reset move, just depending on how you get the kill or not using it. Either way, it's gonna heal you, but you get more healing if you kill with it. That's how it goes. And then the ultimate is, I think, you know...
What do you think?
It's just as much utility as it is damage based and everything like that. You know, it sucks them in, and then if they get too close and everything, if they get to a certain health, it's executed and everything like that. I think it's cool, and in a team fight, it could definitely keep them all isolated or like in one spot so they could all, you know, still come in, doof, and then all the AoEs get dropped, and next thing you know, the whole team's wiped if you want to go that route, or can stop them from running away. It's just, this character seems like a lot, you know. He has a lot of ways to stop you, keep you locked in the fight, slow you down, and he just is just a man. Acheron looks like a dog, and I can see just a little bit why Ren has taken power from him, but I really don't understand, because bro got like 8 legs, and it's just like, what? I mean, well, he got 6 legs, but you know, the arms are kind of, you know what I mean. So for the augments, we got the insatiable hunger. Instead of decaying over time, hunger regenerates over time, and is not gained by hitting ability. So it'll last twice as long, but it won't be able to be built, which is kind of cool, kind of not. I think that if you were to go that route, it's more so for the people who can't really manage that gauge or have trouble getting that gauge up, so they don't have to worry about that. I think that's kind of cool, but I see it also being a hindrance because it could always be on like cooldown, or it could pop when you don't want it to, or now you're in a situation. Now it lasts, but you know, it does last twice as long too, so, but it's like intermittent at that point, so. Then you got Roar of Torment, you know, consumes now pushes instead of pulls, and it deals more damage, but can no longer bite. So, you know, I don't think you're gonna get to execute with this one anymore. I could see the pushing be good for, like, I guess, for the people who want to just be dumb in nitros and whatnot. I do it too though, so I'm not gonna lie, but play him as like support or something, because they just try to play him. Fools! You know, I could see that being a move for that, but I wouldn't know why they would want to push them away. If fool. Just depends. And you got Death from Above, can fire an additional web projectile on more than one wall, allowing him to leap from wall to wall, or to the root to the wall. It's kind of cool seeing that, because like his moveset is pretty nice. I like how he has a nice kit, and the way that he looks is cool. It's just not a character that I personally would use, because he has a very big model, so I'm thinking that his hitboxes are going to be pretty large as well. I'm not 100% on that one, so don't quote me, but I think the bigger you are, the easier you are to hit, so just saying. So next up, they're doing a massive store overhaul. That's great. I like that. They're making it easier for you to go ahead and see the whole menu and everything, and they're throwing it to where like it's kind of like a gotcha thing. Like it's always a gotcha thing, but like a specific type of gotcha thing. Gotcha like, hey, listen, so we see you like this kit. We might throw a discount on this kit. Maybe, I don't know exactly how it's going to be, but that's what it seems like they're doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're lucky, you might even see, come on now. They've also made it to where the loot cores are just going to be open right then and there, made the menu easier to read, easier to see, just made it easier. You know, we like that. Now, look at these skins. These skins are kind of epic. They are kind of epic, man. Like that Twin Blast, clean. It's clean, bro. Okay, this Shinbi, also clean. Clean. You know, I might actually start playing with her again, because this is like a Seraph thing. Although these wings are, you know what? It's still clean. You know, I like that. I like that. And Wukong, look at this boy. Look, okay. I'm not a fan of the actual character Wukong, although he is represented in several different animes and manga adaptations that I did like, especially with him being Goku as well. It's pretty dope to see him like this, because I like where they go with the dynasty and stuff like that, or the themes of, you know, the style of armor and how it just looks, you know. So the Redeemer skins are pretty dope in my opinion. And then we got, look at this, look at the deity, all gold. All gold, false idol right here, baby. False idol for sure, all gold, you already know, bro. Then you got some bundles, you get the Ascended Path, you know, which is the Shinbi, No. This is the battle pass. You buy the battle pass, then you get this, and then you get this, and you get this. Okay, that's cool. And then you got the deity pass, which is, you know, just more stuff of Acheron and his little banners and icons and emotes. You know what I'm saying? Now the battle pass. This is pretty cool because you get all of these skins with the battle pass. I'm still thinking it's going to be an arm and a leg. And what I mean by arm and a leg is, I mean just like for somebody who just wants skins, it's gonna cost some money to get these. But you know, you buy it, you got a long time to invest into putting into it. Plus, you get some free stuff. You get a free Severarg skin. That's just how I feel about it. But again, if you don't, I don't know I wouldn't know how to preference or say, hey, spend your money how you want to. But like, you know, if you got it for the game, drop it. You know, if you don't, it's just cosmetics. It ain't gonna make the game any different. I mean, it might make you a little bit more motivated, but that's about it. You got 12 weeks going until November 25th. Here's all the details for it right here. You know, pretty cool. You get a lot of amber, get a lot of cores, and there's 7 free. So like, you have opportunities to get these skins in them cores. But that's the battle pass. It's kind of cool. Now, the world shift to Cataclysm. They're changing a lot of stuff. This is like a big expansion. They're trying to work on a new map. That's what Paragon always does. Predecessor always does. Overclock always does. Working on new maps. But this is kind of cool because they did make some changes to it and how it looks and everything. There's a new enemy named Shaper. It's crazy. Now you got to defeat the seedlings and all that stuff, and here's how it looks. You know, just the background, how it be and everything, and it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. So they got a new monster pit opened up where the river bugs once dwell. Displaced from their home, the bugs have migrated across the river to establish a new colony. So we got the seedlings. We got the basic attack, melee, you know, basic range attack. Primal War, passive every few attacks the seedlings unleash a Nova, dealing minor damage and applying a small pushback to small nearby enemies. The spawning and rewards, initial spawns, 2 seedlings spawn at the start of the match. They are relatively easy to defeat and grant golden XP to the killer. Empowered respawns, once both seedlings are defeated, a 4-minute respawn timer begins. After the timer, a single seedling spawns in one of the new pits found in either side of the river. With each subsequent respawn, the seedling grows in size, power, and rewards it provides. They also alternate the pit that they spawn in. So it's going to be more of a game to get the river buffs now because they're no longer river buffs, they're seedlings. And they bounce back and forth. So it could spawn, just depending on who kills it, how it gets killed, and when it starts. It is pretty cool. And I see there being a lot more contention in mid lane for these things because,
as I suspected,
it gets really easy to get shut out or to shut somebody out of the river buffs, especially in Nitro, because of the fact that you can just control mid lane as you can. Like I'm a mid laner, so that's what I do. But when you are able to control that and really not know when it's gonna be like a little guessing game at that point. Like, oh, is he gonna check? Or if I go this way, or and it's not there. So they got pretty decent stats. Like I said, easy to kill and everything. Then you got the Shaper. Is, I guess, replacing the seedling like mini orb. Where would this be? Well, after 15-minute mark, the jungle objective evolves. Any active seedling is removed from the map and is permanently replaced by the Shaper. So I guess this is the Shaper? So I guess this is where it would be? I'm not too sure, but the seedling now becomes a Shaper, and they have the Immolate, which is constantly deals damage to anybody near them. Range attacks, the Shaper stomps the ground, deal it. The Shaper targets nearby champion with fissure, so it pretty much is like Orb Prime, I guess. But is it in its places of Orb Prime? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess this is where it's supposed to be. That's wild. So we're going down to the next one. The rewards is the Shaper triggers the world shift event on first death, transforming the map. The map is going to be transforming. That's actually pretty cool. Upon the defeat, the Shaper grants 300 golden global gold and 250 global XP to the slain teams. A special seedling will spawn in each lane and begin pushing toward the enemy base. So I really have to see what it looks like. We're gonna have to do some little research, but this actually looks like it's gonna be interesting, sounding interesting as well. Shaper has a 4-minute respawn timer and will continue to alternate the spawn location between the 2 mini pits. So I guess it's gonna just do, but it's just bigger than, I'm not too sure. Like, that was kind of weird to, anyways. The lane seedling, killing the Shaper rewards your team with 3 seedlings that accompany the next wave of minions spawn, 1 per lane. These seedlings are effective pushers that can easily threaten the enemy towers if ignored. So these are going to be really, really crazy. This is going to be crazy. Then you got the gold plants. For this world shift, gold plants are being introduced. You'll find several in each jungle quadrant, in the river, and 1 in each side lane. This game is about to get really crazy if they're going to up the gold and everything, and just how the pacing goes. Defeating a gold plant drops 5 gold orbs, each worth 12 gold, for a total of 60 gold to the player who collects them. That's pretty cool. Now they got geysers.
Has anyone ever agreed with that statement?
Volcanic geysers will spawn in multiple locations on the map. These will launch players atop them for 2 seconds. After the duration, they will be inactive for 8 to 12 seconds based on the geyser location. Wow. The world shift is the cataclysm. It really feels like World of Warcraft right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really does. And they got meteorites. Bombardment of meteorites begin streak across the sky before slamming into Earth. Violence force. Shockwaves erupt for each impact, hurling nearby targets backward in a concussive blast. While not designed to be lethal, each strike inflicts a small amount of damage based on occurrence health. So if this thing can kill you, bruh. If this thing could accidentally kill you because you get knocked to one of them and are in a team fight, bro, that would be insane. When the dust settles, the battlefield is permanently scarred. Superheated rock may cool into the jagged new terrain, creating cover and obstacles or sheer force for impact. May shatter walls and structures upon new pathways. Opening new pathways and strategic flanking routes. So that's actually sounding like a very interactive map, which might make the game very, very, very chaotic, which I love to see. Surrender rates are gonna go up. But no, I really think it's kind of cool what they're doing because, like I said, Predecessor,
You weary me.
isn't just Paragon. It is something that needed to be its own entity, and I felt like it found itself with the experimentation because brawls were actually kind of fun. And then seeing how they handled Legacy and understanding that, hey, this wasn't the move, we're gonna go ahead and try and work that out. And then the fact that they did create a mode so fun to the point where it doesn't matter the nitros. It's just really, really, really cool to see that. So, as we read on and look forward, like, this is crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, so in addition to the world shift, they've also made a whole bunch of changes to the base map. Some minor adjustments to the walls and terrain that allow the transformations to occur. The river bugs have been moved to the other side of the rivers, new pits. Nitro's triple jump has been added to the default map, which is actually kind of cool. The drop down ledge near Red Buff has been replaced with stairs. Fog walls have been added to the side lane, jump overs to better convey the existing vision block. The vistas outside the map have been updated, the vistas. So it's gonna look really nice, and the skybox has also been updated. And additionally, the transform match features appropriate audio changes to underline the transformation. So you're gonna get brand new visuals with brand new audio as well, and they're gonna sound kind of cool. They look kind of cool, like just darkness and just a little darker, like how it looks and how it is more placed and easier to now, get up there without, ooh, you drop down there, you're dead. Well, you can juke. And then who, there's a lot of different ways that you could do that. I know you couldn't see anything because I was using my mouse, but so wait, how would it look? Let me see how it would look real quick. Yeah, so right up in here, okay, well I can't go there, but you see this whole little drop down right here. So all of this little drop down. You get up in here, like you could come from all up top there, like right where the minions would be. You drop down, then and you come down here, and then oop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more mind games and stuff that can be played with that. I like that. I like the opening up and the changing of the map. It's pretty nice. They got the rank split. Things have been changed. You can't queue up with lower ranks and higher ranks now. You can't like run people up and get them up or anything like that. But the rank splits, the rank splits is pretty much, you know, they're dropping everybody back down and you build back up and go from there. So don't worry if you drop a division or two. It's just you know, they get to the one that's highest and then they go from there. I'm thinking about playing ranked a little bit more and more. It's the amount of time that I want to dedicate to finding actual people to play with is, because I represent the randoms, but you know, we'll go from there. Platinum players can play with anybody in gold up to diamond. It's, you know, because they're the middle ones, and then bronze can go up to gold. It's pretty good. Japan's getting new localization and new servers. It's awesome. You know, they updated NVIDIA. The anniversary rewards also going to be coming out. They got some big gameplay balance changes, so we're gonna go and talk about these. When evaluating the moment-to-moment gameplay of teamfights, we found that there was a significant amount of multi-kills, doubles, triples going unrecognized because the in-game window was too short. I'm going to try to increase this window by exciting moments are highlighted properly with the hope that they can occur more regularly. So it'd be like do. It's like, so sometimes you won't even see something, and because Fangtooth got killed, and then you'll see the triple kill after they got the last double kill, and it should have technically been a pentakill, but it just worked that way, and it's cool. I like that, you know. So they're gonna get the window of increasing the kills I've identified, the multi kills quicker, you know. Now the recall speed. Now this is important. After experiencing with the backing speed in Nitro, we found that a significant portion of players noted that it was more enjoyable to get back to the action quicker. We understand that there is an exciting, intense gameplay around backstopping. We want to test bringing the Nitro speeds to standard to see how it feels in more methodical environment. So they are dropping the recall time from 8 to 6. And the powered is still going to stay at 4. But I think that's cool because when you go back and you do play quick matches after playing Nitros for a long time, it makes you not want to play quick matches. It makes you not want to play ranked. It makes you want to play Nitros because it's just a little bit faster and it works better. That's why I said it's kind of weird for people to be like, Nitros don't matter. Like, I spent a lot of time playing Nitros because they're fun. And that's exactly why, because the backing speed and other things like that. But neither here nor there. Let me know in the comments if you actually think that Nitros are worth something and mean something, because to me, they absolutely do. The fountain healing, you know, what you get from being in the fountain, they're just increasing the time that comes out from there. Like, you know, you hopped out the tower real quick without actually having to get the full heal. Well, it's there. It goes a little bit quicker. When you leave the fountain, you retain the buff for 2 seconds. Regenerates 4.5 your maximum health every quarter of a second, you know. This is how it works.
You need training, young one.
It's pretty nice. Refillable and divine potions. So multiple potions can now be used in succession if there are stacks remaining, increasing the duration of the potion healing effect. There is a very short spam protection so you don't accidentally bubble pop. So it's not gonna be like, oh, I gotta wait a whole another, like, what, 20 seconds? I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 10. I just know that sometimes it can be a long time. Bruh. So it is cool to be able to pop them both now. I think that it would make it easier for the people to stay in lane a little bit longer or not die a lot quicker because they get their health back faster, but it would just depend on how many, because if it's just gonna stay 2, then it's just like you can just literally pop both of them and then just go back and then pop, like, you know, it just depends because you don't think it doesn't matter. Ward destruction, so I always thought that was kind of weird because it's like, why is it gone? Why do I put down a ward, see your ward, and go to attack it, hit it twice, and it's gone before I can finish it? That was kind of weird. It just didn't make sense. It's like, I mean, but if the ward's here,
I forgive your impending failure.
Shouldn't both wards be visible to both parties until one of them is gone? So the crystal-based ward visibility during duration from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. New effect, When a ward is visible and is damaged, it gains an additional 1.5 of visibility concurrent to its current visibility timer. Example, a ward has half a second of visibility left when I damage it, making the ward last 1 second past its original expiration. The ward has 2 seconds of visibility left, but I damage it, meaning the ward will last for 2 seconds, which is cool. But like, it's weird because it's warded. The ward is going like the jungle monster healing. One of the most unfortunate experiences as a jungler is when your camp leash. One of the most unfortunate experiences as a jungler is when your camp's leash just before you get that last hitch, leaving you to painfully watch them sprint away, healing a huge chunk of their health. We want to increase that point of frustration, so we're aiming to significantly decrease the amount of healing the mobs do as they're running back, giving you a better shot to keep that clear on track. Upon being fully leashed, jungle monsters now regenerate health 50% slower, so they're just not going to get their health back for when they run away, which is kind of cool. And ward radius is it's increased from 1200 to 1350, so they've done a lot with just the basic gameplay changes because they want to make it I guess a little easier for everybody, which is cool. You know, some of those things like the wards and the potions definitely are welcome changes. Other ones, you know, it's kind of there. Now the Nitro balance changes. Like standard and ranked, Nitro has been updated with World Shift. The timing of new monsters have been adjusted to fit Nitro and Primal Fangtooth, and or Prime have given up some gold and XP to allow that Shaper to provide a meaningful team benefit. So it's just another objective, like, hey, we can get this, we can get this, we can get this. In addition to World Shift, some generic changes have been made. Nitro to continue and try to ensure games do not stall as often for as long. All of the changes are intended to support advantages that teams get to give them a better chance of ending the game at certain points. We have also reduced some of the comeback potential from farming minion waves under tower. We want Nitro to support comebacks, but in a later part of the game, we are seeing too many comebacks happening by stalling out the game. I'm not going to lie to you, that actually does kind of suck, but I have won and lost quite a few games because of that. I get it, you know, we should be able to come back for sure, but like, a Nitro shouldn't be going on 45 minutes. Like, we had me and Toby had a 45-minute Nitro, and it was ridiculous, like, but we just didn't give up, and we ended up winning that, but it was the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened to us. I had, like, like 350 souls, almost 400 souls with Rena, and oh gosh, it was just ridiculous. So, but I definitely like what they're doing with the actual game change. It's just gonna seem like a lot of games are gonna end a lot quicker. For Nitros especially, it seems like the balance changes are designed to make the game last in a way that is not frustrating. More so just a way that's more to be enjoyed in a quick manner, but still provide, like, you got your time's worth, you know what I'm saying? The stats, kill and gold XP have been slightly increased to ensure players receive enough advantage from killing opponents. To compensate for the added gold, lane minions and jungle minions have had their gold slightly decreased. So that means that if you really want to run on somebody now, you're gonna have to get them kill streaks, you're gonna have to focus on the minion kills and make sure you get them last hits, because without that you're not going to get the gold you need to get. Definitely putting a little bit more emphasis and more reward for killing players, but still showing the need for, if you fall behind, to get those rather than minions. You still need to build the minions too. You're going to have to get your gold whenever you can. So the kill gold is increased to 450 rather than 400. 130 to 1350. Now it's 1500 to 1450. So, you know, that's how it works right there. You can see that. The kill XP is adjusted slightly. It was 30 to 550. Now it is 30 to 550. But you get different. It's like right here. It goes from 100 to 105 to 150 rather than 145 and then 200. Then you get back to your regular stuff. But you got the out of combat movement speed was increased from 8% to 10%. So that's just gonna make sure that just boom. Like, see, these are the types of changes that they should have thought about when they was implementing Legacy, because these would have been great on Legacy. Like, everything that this sounds like with that size of map, this just sounds like it would have been perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? The death timers have, between level 13, they have been increased. So just expect to see yourself out the game for a little bit longer. I know it just seems like 1 second, 2 seconds, but then it's like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Then you're back to 4 seconds, and then you're back to 4 seconds, and then you're at a lot of seconds. So it's just...
What?
It's just a lot of seconds. You don't want to do that. The structures. So the outer towers and the inner towers now give additional gold, and all structures have their health reduced. That means running through them. The tower plating, local gold drop is now 90. The inner tower has definitely had its stuff increased as well. I mean, decreased as well. The inhibitor and the core. Wow, they really are just doing a lot with this patch. It feels like, I really feel like this is World of Warcraft right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is Cataclysm all over again. Oh, crazy. Alright. Minions are receiving 2 major changes. First, their gold decreases to account for the increased gold in kills and structures. So you're gonna get more gold from the structures and everything, but you're still gonna get less gold from the minions. So why they did that is them comebacks abilities like they had mentioned earlier, and just the fact that if you really take to sit down, especially in a night term, if you really take the time to sit down and focus on nothing but minions, you can have a very, 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 very low gold amount. But if you just run through those and you can get up to the cards that you need to be at. You could literally catch up to whoever it is that you're dealing with if you focus those correctly. I have many videos of me showing you how to do it, but I don't want to like show you how to do it. I just want to show you that it can be done, you know? Secondly, they're decreasing the damage they do to the towers. We want to see less towers dying alone to minion waves, which happens. But it kind of sucks because it's like you push up a certain way and you want to see it like that, and it doesn't, but it's okay. It just means more for the actual gameplay, and now it's easier to say, hey, look, we really ran up in your stuff, you know? So the melee minions, you know, here's their information and how they are, you know? Then you got the ranged minions, information, how they are, you know? Then you got the siege minions. Siege minions have an additional reduction in gold when 2 siege minions start spawning per wave. Overall, double siege minion waves have been giving too much gold, and that has benefited defenders too much, allowing them quickly to catch up on gold leads in that latter part of the game. You see how I was just saying that? Like, if you just focus the minions, you could literally come right back. It's happened to me when we were the ones dominating, and it's happened to me when we were the ones losing. I have a lot of losing games that I have won just solely due to focusing the minions. Now, similar to the lane minions, all jungle minions have had their gold reduced to compensate for the kills of the golds and structure. In addition, junglers were not able to keep the correct pace on the XP curve compared to laners, so jungle XP has been increased a bit. So now all jungle minions give 10% extra XP from the 4th time the camp spawns. All jungle minions give 10% less gold aligned with the lane minion changes. Fixed a bug where you didn't get level 2 from taking the 3 camp blue side at level 1. It's crazy. Fangtooth and Primal buffs have been increased to support games ending more decisively when ahead. They got from 6 to 8. Oh god, Fangtooth is gonna hurt now. Primal Fangtooth is also going to hurt. Oh man. Global gold decreased from 700 to 600. Global XP decreased from 500 to 400. That's what we're prime. Seedling spawn time reduced from 2400. Wow. 240 to 210. Respawn from 240 to 180. Shaper, all that good stuff. Spawn time, yeah. Now, that's kind of crazy. I like that. we have reached the point in the video where I, can't really say much because I really don't talk about the characters like that. All I can say is that I really enjoy the characters. They bring a lot of joy to me and everything. But at the end of the day, this isn't my area of expertise. It's not where I talk. So I just want to thank you for watching this video so far and getting to this point. This is something that I really wanted to do and get serious about. My next patch note video will most likely involve the heroes and talking about them, because I think that is important, but it's not something that I really do because I don't spend a lot of time playing or looking at these heroes unless I'm going up against them and struggling more often than not. So like Grux, for example. I don't really struggle with Grux, I just struggle with people playing with Grux. Because like people really just play the game how they play the game. And if you're really good, you're really good. You're really bad, you're really bad. And the influx and time between seeing a good player and a bad player, if you play ranked, you're gonna see a whole bunch of good players. You play anything other than ranked, you're gonna run into a whole bunch of people who think they're good. So, but with that being said, I'm just very grateful for you guys watching this and seeing this, and I just hope that you continue to watch, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment if you heard anything you liked or anything like that, in my opinions. But this is my take on the version 1.8 patch notes. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
On a refreshing morning, start out with a refreshing greeting.
Well, that too. Other than that, you already know. Trash mode to go.
Attendance at the 5-hour storytelling party is absolutely mandatory.